praise Yah, brothers and sisters. All praises to the Most High. Baruch are all who revere Yahuah and walk in his ways. Tehillim 128 verse 1. Yah fights our enemies. And so I just want to take a few minutes to hopefully put some people's minds at ease. I don't know, after the message, not the mess, I don't like calling them messages, but the audio where I was sharing is titled Peace and Favor or something along that line. And I said that about loving our enemies. And ever since then, it's been like, I'm thinking, somebody's going to hear it, they're not going to understand it. What I meant. Yahushua is the one who told us to love our enemies, to pray for our enemies. So I don't want to seem like I was, revolting against something he said. What I should have said was that I believe that the teaching that, at least from me, the teaching that I received for years and years and years in religion, I think was not wise. And I ended up teaching my sons the same thing, not understanding some of the things that boys go through as they're becoming men. So I had one son who told me not too long ago, now all my sons are in their 40s now. So he was telling me, we were talking about something, and he was telling me how when he was, I think, in 3rd grade, we were new to this place, and so he was new to this classroom, and this little boy was bothering him every day. And he knew he was not supposed to be fighting, because that's how I taught them. We're living for the Most High, and we're not going to be fighting. Especially don't start a fight. But he said he finally had enough, and he told that boy, meet me after school. And he just felt like he'll have to take whatever happens with me. But he said he told that boy, meet me after school. The boy didn't meet him at the school, but the boy never bothered him again. We are in a war. We have a real enemy. He's really Yah's enemy, but he's going to take down any troops that's in Yah's army. So I don't understand. I don't know if the mistranslation. I don't know if the word love is another meaning. I don't know what all's there, but I just know that from what I've read in the scriptures, Father was helping Gideon, Joshua, David, Jehoshaphat, Moses. They were fighting. They were at war. And we know that Yahushua said that since the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffered violent take it by force. So there's a war. Paul told us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And he talked about all the levels of demonic activities. And so, and just from living life, I've come to know that to love my enemy. I know we actually only have one enemy, and that is the adversary, and he works through flesh and blood. So I think the teaching has been wrong. So what I would say is, and I can put some scriptures in the description below if you like, to show you how Yahuah fights for our enemies for us. We think of Moses, Moshe or Musa, how Yahuah fought for them when they had left Mizraim, Egypt, and they were on their way, and Pharaoh was coming behind them, and how he did showed his hand in a great way, and even almost every prophet had talked about the day of Lord, or the day of Yahuah that's coming. Why? For those who hated him, rejected him, killed his people. He has a day that he has set aside for them. And that day is not just one day. It's going to be several days and several awful calamities. So I think when we will realize that we're in a war, we have an enemy, He uses flesh and blood. So we are not brawlers, and we're not vindictive, and we don't sit around and try to get back at people, because vengeance belongs to the Father. But when we have a situation, we realize we're in an adversary, we're being attacked by the adversary, then we need to take it to Father. We need to take it to him like Dawood often did. Take it to him, talk to him about what's going on. If there's something we're supposed to do, like with Moses, he told Moshe what to do. Use that rod. Put it, put it towards the Red Sea, so it can the Reed Sea, Red Sea. Because he knew what he was going to do with that. There'll be things that we might do, but Yahuah also told Moshe to tell the people to be still and see the salvation of Yahuah. The Egyptians you see today, you'll never see them no more. So when we take the situation to Father, he'll tell us what it is that he wants us to do. If he wants us to do anything, it might be just be still. But don't think that's scripture. This is my thinking. This is how I see it, okay? Because I might not be right, but I have told y'all before on different audios, take it to the Father and let him give you understanding. But I know we've got to fight. And we don't fight with our fists. And we shouldn't even be fighting with our words, except to making decrees based on the word. Stand on the word and make decrees. And then those decrees are going out in the atmosphere in a spiritual sense to the people. We're going to love them. We're going to be kind. Romans 12 says for us to, let me get this so I can read that. Romans 12 says, recompense to no man evil for evil, provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lies in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith Yahuah. Therefore, if your enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, you will heap coals of fire on his head. And be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. So if we're doing all those different things, whatever if Yahuah says, take them lunch today, buy this for them, call them up, whatever he may say don't do anything. Because sometimes as the people rile you up, they want you to react. And when you don't react, then they have nothing, to play with. So whatever it is he would have us to do in that situation, that's what we do. But we got to take it to him first so we can get his wisdom. We got to go to him, get counsel, right? And he'll advise us what to do while he does his part. But don't let that phrase, love your enemies, stump you, paralyze you, rob you of doing what you need to do to get the victory. Okay? We're supposed to be, Deuteronomy 28 says that the enemy are coming to us one way. When we're commandment keepers, it come at us one way. But by the time Yahuah finishes, he's going to flee 7. We're the head, not the tail. If we're commandment keepers. So when we learn how to fight in the spirit, the enemy will flee. And then people see favor on us again. But that's because we leaned on to Yah's understanding, not ours. So just get an understanding of what that means. I believe that it has weakened the ecclesia. We're not anything like we're supposed to be. The governing power, we're supposed to be a governing body. The first Adam was given power and authority and dominion over everything that Yah created. And yet now we don't walk like that. We have been weakened, like weak Kool-Aid or weak coffee. We are weak. We're nowhere where we need to be. And yet those who know their Elohim are going to be strong and do exploits. How are we going to do exploits? We just let anything happen. We've become very complacent and incompetent in the areas where we're supposed to be strong. Yahushua said it's the Father's good pleasure to give us the keys to the kingdom. Yahushua told us we can bind on earth, and whatever we bind on earth will be being bound in the Shamayim. Whatever we loose, the same thing. He said, where any two touch and agree on anything on earth, it shall be done for them in the Shamayim. He said, if you believe, if you have faith in Elohim, you can tell a mountain to be cast into the sea. Where is that now? Where do you see that at? So I just wanted to share that with you and say that please don't misunderstand what I said when I said not to love your enemy. Get counsel from the Father with every situation. But as soon as you feel some adversity, take it to him then. Don't let it get out of hand. And then you got this big mess that could take a long time to get it settled. Nothing actually takes that long for Yah. But if we get our hands in it, we sure know how to mess stuff up. But take it to him, and he will make a way for us, or make a way of escape for us. He will shut down the wicked. Remember Esther and Haman and Mordecai? Haman just knew. He hated Mordecai and the Jewish people. I should say the Hebrew people. He hated them. And what happened? The very gallows that he had erected for Mordecai, he was hung on them. So Yah knows how to turn things around. He knows how to bring confusion in the enemy's camp. And we got to stop looking at flesh and blood. They're puppets for the evil one. And we got to start seeing ourselves as powerful, those having authority in the name of Yahuah. And be free of being paralyzed and not knowing what to do because someone has done us wrong, and we're all confused because we're trying to love them. He'll give you wisdom. He'll give you wisdom. He'll give us wisdom, and that's how we get to be the head and not the tail. So that's all I have today. I'll put some scriptures in the description box, and you can study them later, and you'll see. Hezekiah, when the king of Assyria came, Sennacherib, when he came and he was boasting all he was going to do, he even said, all these other kingdoms that I have conquered, their deities couldn't protect them. What makes you think that your Elohim is going to be able to protect you? Oh, he got himself in trouble with Yahuah. That's all we got to know, that Yahuah fights for us. We don't have to do anything on our own. Take it to him. Father, this is what's going on. Not that he doesn't already know, but we go to him, Father, this is what's going on. Just like our children. If our children come to us and say, Mom, this boy at school, or Mom, the teacher was really, rude today and she embarrassed me, whatever. They know that we're going to take care of it. That's why we go to our Father. So don't let that stump you in that meaning of loving our neighbors. I mean, not loving our neighbors. We're going to love our neighbors too, but love our enemies. And Yahushua went on to say that don't just love those that love you, because that's what the Pharisees and the publicans and not publicans, what do they call them? Tax collectors. Don't they do the same? So we're supposed to be over and beyond that. And we can do it because we know Yahuwah's got it covered. He's working. He's working. Even if we don't see it, he's working. Even if we don't hear, he's working. He never stops. He never stops working. He never stops. He's not going to leave us nor forsake us. So, be encouraged. Understand what I meant by that. I wasn't being a heretic. I just believe that the teaching has been wrong. There's no power teaching, or very little power teaching, and motivating us to walk in the authority that Yahushua gave us. He even said that if we ask in his name, that we can have. So give any adversarial situations to Father like we would give anything else to him. Give it to him so he can work it out. He's the supreme being. He's the righteous judge. His court is the highest court in the land, no matter what they say. His court is the highest court. All it takes is a word from him, and it's done. It's done. We have too much that's getting ready to happen. We don't even know who may be a traitor. Because Yahushua has said that family members, close people to us, will be turning people into the authorities. If we have people who we feel evil's working through them, we better know what to do. So that's it for today. Be encouraged. We always win in Yah. We always win in Yah. We win in Yahuah, the Most High. But there's some ugly stuff happening these days. Awful, awful, awful things, which we were told that would happen too. Just know who we are in Yahuah. Know that we're at war. Soldiers are not loving their enemies in the natural. When they go to war, they're not loving their enemies. They know who they are, what they're about. They get their orders from the higher ups, and that's what we need to do. Y'all will have us 2, 3, 10 steps ahead of them. They won't even know how we knew and he won't even know. It's all because we trust in Yahuah. He was with Gideon. He was with Joshua at all those wars he had to fight to get over to the promised land. Moses had a few wars that they fought, but Joshua was the one doing that too. He was with Abraham when Abraham went to save Lot. So we have Gideon, Joshua, Dawood, Jehoshaphat. Look at that great one. And then with Hezekiah and the king, Assyrian king Sennacherib, an angel killed 185,000 of his men. So Yah has always fought for his people. He fights for us. He is a man of war. He is nothing to mess with. So we do our part and he'll tell us what to do. It may be in the written word. We may hear a voice. He may put something in our heart. He may give us a dream. He may have someone say something and we'll know that that's a message for us. But take it to him. Someone standing up against you, take it to him, because he says, don't do my prophets no harm. Don't touch my anointed, and don't do my prophets no harm. He does not play. So we're commandment keepers and we're walking in his ways and we revere him. We have protection. It's part of the favor. The Aaronic blessing is part of that. We belong to him. We are his heritage. So be encouraged. Know we win in Yah. And I'll see you next time. Next time. But Yahuah fights our enemies. And we're grateful.